Good evening, BookTube, YouTube. I thought I'd make a video. I'm not sure exactly what this video is going to be. As I mentioned in my last video a couple of days ago, that I mentioned that my wife was going to leave for 10 days, going out to the state of Washington to visit our son Josiah and his wife Hannah and our two granddaughters Marika and Lilia. And she left early this morning. Today is March the 31st, 2022. It's a Thursday night. It's been raining, snowing, cold, gray, dreary day. And I thought what I would do is just make a video about what do I do when my wife is gone. What does a bookworm, a book lover, a book collector, one who reads, one who writes in his diary. I finished, tomorrow is April the 1st, 2022, and I already have my April diary already. Tomorrow's a Friday, April Fool's Day, and we have 274 days left in this year. We've gone through 91 days in the year 2022. So I have my April 2022 diary ready. It's black. I hope things don't turn black during the month of April, but that we are in springtime. Things will get greened. There'll be flowers. And we wake up now to birds singing in the morning. The robins, you hear the robins the first thing in the morning. So I put away my March 2022 diary tonight. I put it away. I ended on page 323 for the year 2022. I've written 323 pages. Now, I'm going to put my diary away, and I was kind of reluctant to do it because my wife is supposed to call me when she lands in Bellingham, Washington. I got a text from her that she was leaving. She flew out of Grand Rapids to Minnesota, to Minneapolis, and then from Minneapolis she's flying to Seattle, and then she's taking Alaska Air to Bellingham, and that's where our son Josiah will pick her up. So she won't be getting into Bellingham until by 8 o'clock tonight. So I keep expecting a text from her. She texted me when she was in Seattle, and she had a couple hours layover in Seattle until they fly her to Bellingham. So I was kind of reluctant to make a video because she might text me anytime. But I figured I'd put away my diary, even though I would want to record her landing, being safe, and being at our son Josiah's place with his wife Hannah and our two granddaughters. But I can always write in my composition notebook. What I do is that sometimes I'll put my diary away for the day, but I want to write, but I don't want to start a new page, fill all this up, a new page. So what I do is I write in a composition. This is really kind of radical for me, separating my diary into a composition book, but why not? You gotta be kind of adventurous. And so what I do, especially when I go down in the lower level to go to bed at night, after my wife goes to bed, I go downstairs and I sleep downstairs, that I'll write and I'll read, and I'll write in composition. I bought composition notebooks and I never used them. I thought, oh, I would use them. And then I decided, well, I might as well just fill them up. So that's what I've been doing. I've been writing them when I go down the lower level. And I don't write every single night, but I'll write something I wrote on the 29th. So what I'll do, what I'm trying to say is that if Carol does call me tonight, I'll write it in here. I started this on January the 9th, 2022. The first page is January the 9th, 2022. Little bird picture in there. And I also have a bird picture of a hawk I keep in here. Here it is. Hawk. So yeah, that landed on our bird feeder in January 3, 2008. So I'll write in there. I'll put these down the lower level tonight. I have a plastic container I put them in. So also when my wife is gone, I burn incense. My wife is allergic to incense, but when she's gone, I burn incense, and I have jasmine incense. I burn it. So also at night, I've been reading Denis and the Carthusian, the commentary on the Davidic Psalms, volume 2. And I'm on Psalm 31. And so I read the Psalms before I go to bed. Why I had just started that just recently, because my wife says instead of reading something really intellectually intensive or something that's gory or something that I can go to bed on. So she said, so I thought I'd read the Carthusian. Well, I'm not going to go to bed now. But I usually read the Psalms now, and I'm on Psalm 31. It starts out, in you, O Lord, I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in your righteousness. Bow down your ear to me. Deliver me speedily. Be my rock of refuge, a fortress of defense to save me. For you are my rock and my fortress. Therefore, for your name's sake, lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net which they have secretly laid for me. For you are my strength. Into your hand I commit my spirit. You have redeemed me, O Lord God of truth. And goes down here to verse 14. But as for me, I trust in you, O Lord. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from those who persecute me. Make your face shine upon me. Make your face shine upon your servant. Save me for your mercy's sake. Do not let me be ashamed, O Lord, for I have called upon you. Let the wicked be ashamed. Let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak insolent things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. And then it goes down here in verse 21. Blessed be the Lord, for he has shown me his marvelous kindness in a strong city. For I said in my haste, I am cut off from before your eyes. Nevertheless, you heard the voice of my supplication when I cried to you. So I read the Psalms, reading the Denis and the Carthusian, which has just been translated. This is volume 2. This is translation and introduction by Andrew M. Greenwell. Denis and the Carthusian lived from 1402 and he died in 1471. This is the second volume of a 6-volume translation that's coming out. I've shown this in the past. So I read that, but what I mentioned I was getting in the mail a book, and this is the book I got, A Literary History of the United States, third edition. This came out in 1949. I bought it used. It has Robert E. Spiller, Willard, Thorp, Thomas H. Johnson, Henry Seidel, Canby, and Richard M. Ludwig. These were all, what do you call them, historians of American literature. I looked them up today on the internet. Some were scholars, and Emily Dickinson, scholars of Melville and Thoreau, Emerson, and I did buy a couple of, I looked in the, when I get a book like this, I always look in the bibliography to see which books that they reference to. And there's a big bibliography in the back. And I ordered some books out of it. A book on Henry James, a memoir by Henry Seidel Canby. I also ordered a book by him where he contrasts the writings of Mark Twain with Henry James, who are some of my favorite writers is Henry James and Mark Twain. And I also ordered his memoir, Henry Seidel Canby. He was a very famous American literary historian, and so I got that. So I've been reading this. I've read over 100 pages of this since I got it in the mail. So I read that when my wife is gone. I write in my diary. I've been reading some more of Harry Cruz, the gospel singer. I ordered the other Pingman classic that they reprinted just with this one. It's called Boyhood. It's his autobiography of his childhood. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think it's called A Childhood, the Biography of a Place. Cruz, Memoir of His Youth, published in 1978. So I ordered that, but then Amazon said they are already sold out, so I have to see when they get some more copies in. So when my wife is gone, I burn incense, I write in my diary, I feed the birds, I watch videos on YouTube. I'm not into watching TV. I don't watch movies. I basically read and write when my wife is gone. Now tomorrow is a Friday. I volunteer at the Book Nook, the library used bookstore, from 10 to 1. I might go and buy some takeout Chinese food, which I usually do when my wife is gone. My wife can't eat Chinese food. She has some kind of allergic reaction to stuff in Chinese food, but I buy Chinese food when my wife is gone. I buy it, it'll last me a couple of days. So yeah, she's waiting for her to text me on this phone. Reading the gospel singer, reading literary history of the United States. I read the Psalms, reading Denis from the Carthusian, writing in my composition notebook. Tomorrow I'll start on April the 1st, 2022. I'll be on page 324 in the morning if I don't die in the night or everything turns black. So yeah, not much else. So I burn incense. My wife is gone. I get Chinese food. Oh, I sleep upstairs usually when my wife is, as you know, I figured out the reason why I couldn't sleep with my wife is because my wife was a night nurse for many, many years, and I was used to sleeping alone most of the week. And I find that I sleep better if I sleep alone. So I sleep downstairs. There's a big queen-size bed downstairs, but when my wife is gone, I'll probably sleep up here because it's warmer. It's cold down in the lower level. Up here it's warm. Even though I kind of like sleeping downstairs because I can wake up in the morning and see all my books, and I get in a certain kind of routine about my day-to-day life. So that's it. I read other books. Like I told you in the morning, I read Beakey and Smalley on Reformed Systematic Theology, Spirit and Salvation. I'm reading Rudolph of Saxony and the Life of Jesus Christ. And, you know, I showed you the books I've been reading in the month of April. I've showed you those. But I'm just telling you what I do when my wife is gone for 10 days. The weather's going to be really suck when she's gone. It's supposed to be cold and rainy and cloudy and snowy all next week. So I usually don't go anywhere except thrift stores. Well, tomorrow I go to the Book Nook. I might go to local thrift stores around here, Goodwill, Bibles to Mexico, Action House. I went to Blue Stockings bookshop. I got a bunch of books. I'll show those in a video. I spent in-store credit, like $75 in-store credit. Bought a bunch of books and got some books from the Book Nook. Maybe tomorrow I'll get some books from the Book Nook. So yeah, not much else. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do tonight. I'm just waiting for my wife to call, telling me that she landed safely in Bellingham, and that usually when she calls, we pray over the phone. My wife and I, we always pray before we go to bed at night. Thank the Lord for all His goodness and all His mercy and His presence with us during the day. So I hope you have a good Friday and a Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, I'll show you those Blue Stocking bookshop haul and my Book Nook haul. And yeah, so I'm really enjoying reading the literary history of the United States. As you all know, I'm a student of literary history, especially American literary history. And I'm on the chapter now on Benjamin Franklin. I noticed that PBS is going to have a documentary on Benjamin Franklin, which I look forward to watching. So I'll probably read that tonight and read some more of the Gospel Singer. Write my composition notebook. Read Denis and the Carthusian on Psalm 31. And yeah, so thank you for all your comments. Thank you for the new subscribers. And until next time, bye.